With just over 2 months left of the season, things are looking pretty good. We are now currently top of the table. We have got, I think it's about 10 games left to play. 10, 11 league games left to play. In today's episode, we're going to be playing Derby, Wycombe and Bristol Rovers in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy semi-final. Or the Johnson's Paint Trophy, because I'm going to call it that every single time. So in between episodes, we have played a total of 5 games. We lost the opening match of those against Charlton, a 1-0 defeat, but then we returned to winning ways with a 5-2 win against Fleetwood. Against Portsmouth, we win 2-1, a match that I was supposed to do on camera, and then saw the fixtures further down and went, actually, those are probably better ones to show. We beat Leyton Orient 4-1. We drew 1-1 with Shrewsbury, but the key thing is we are currently top of the table, 3 points clear of Bolton, and I think Bolton have kind of slipped up, basically. That's kind of the issue. They lost against Blackpool. That was one of the reasons. I think we've kind of just about got there, thanks to a couple of victories and a couple of slip-ups from Bolton. So it's third versus first. It's Derby County away from home. It's going to be Button in goal, and Bengay, Holmes, Burgess and Penny in defence. Penny is making his first appearance for Reading. He has played, I think he played in the Bristol Street, the Johnson's Paint Trophy. It's the Johnson's Paint Trophy. It will always be the Johnson's Paint Trophy. It's going to be Abdullah and Savage in midfield, Basil Tumer on the right, Makairu on the left, Hugo and Ballard leading the lines for this one. Ballard, in real life, has just picked up a pretty serious injury, which kind of sucks, but for us, he's got 18 goals so far this season. He's doing ridiculous, and Kelvin is on 14. Sorry, Big Kelvin. So I think this match here, realistically, is kind of key, isn't it? It's kind of important for our season. If we want to win the league, if we want to get promoted, we do need to make sure that we win these types of games, because a defeat will not only drop 3 points, but will bring Derby straight into that title fight as well. Almost 20 minutes played and literally no highlights at all. Derby have had 3 shots. We've now had 2 shots. We've got a lot of possession, but nothing to show for it. Literally nothing. Until now, just before the half-hour mark, Joe Hugill collects it back to Tom Holmes. He's going to go off to the left-hand side. Burgess goes for a run, maybe not. Penny on the left. What can we see from the new signing, Makaru? Lovely little run past the ball there. Crosses the ball in. Back post is Basil. Doesn't go for it, though, because Basil, he's 5'6". He's not going to win a header that is basically being challenged by literally anybody apart from a toddler. Savage really was not paying enough attention there, and Sibley can come forward. Waghorn with a bit of space goes for goal. Was that a save? I don't think it was a save. I think he just hit it wide. Corner for Derby, though, from the other side. Conor Hurricane is the man going over to take it. Left-footed towards the front post. Charlie Savage clears. Leonard's going to keep it alive, though. Hurricane again. Back to Leonard. Back to Hurricane. Crosses it in. He actually goes for goal himself. And it is saved by David Button. Derby with another chance from the corner. They are having a good bit of possession, and it's kind of concerning. Waghorn doesn't quite get there. Savage is doing very well from corners, isn't he? Hugill kicks Leonard, somehow nicks the ball. I'm fine with that. Ryan Niambe to Sibley. Highlight ends. Another one begins, though, with another decent chance or a decent position. And Sonny Bradley gets his 6th goal of the season. Derby County take the lead, and we have not really shown anything at all in this match. I was very tempted to do some subs, but then I realised we're still in the first half. So we're going to hold on for the moment. Ballard and Hugill struggling. Hugill is doing better, I'd say, but Ballard, he's just tired. Leonard's in on goal. Button makes the save. Leonard was definitely offside anyway. We're going to see the free kick as well. Button is the man to take it. And Bengay on the right with a bit of space into Abdullah. Down the line, no, back to Mbenge instead. He's going to go for a run. Basil's there, tries to find him, does pass it to Basil. Can he get his cross in the middle? 2, 3, 4 purple shirts. Makairu is one of them. Savage is going to hopefully keep this highlight alive. We've got Penny making a run. Savage goes back to Burgess. We've not seen anything that I would deem highlight worthy just yet. Tommy Holmes, right-hand side's Mbenge. That's what we want to see. Basil's going for a run. Go on, Basil. Down the line, and Mbenge does use Basil. 2 in the box. On the ground is Joe Hugill. Ballard's there as well for the rebound. He tucks the ball away, but I'm pretty sure he was offside from the Hugill effort. I don't like the fact that Ballard and Hugill are on 6.4s and 6.5s, and I don't think they're doing badly. It's just they seem to be offside all the time. Can we even see? I assume we can probably see. Much better performance in the second half, please. We are going to take off Ballard, which might be a strange thing to do. And we're going to do... do we do Jamari Clark? I think we do Jamari, you know. I think we do Jamari. Kelvin's not particularly match fit. We can bring him on a bit later on in the game as well. 2 changes as well for Derby at half-time, which surprises me. One of them is Conor Hurricane coming off, and I'm not quite sure who the second one was. Waghorn's got the ball in the penalty area. Sibley's there. And immediately in the second half, Derby County double their lead. What's going on? Our defence have decided to not show up by the looks of it. Every single one of them's on a 6.4. Hugo, with a headed effort, goes over the bar of Wildsmith. Stays 2-0 to Derby. Another good chance goes our way, and we get nothing from it. Throw for Penny to Makairu, who's now P. Makairu. But is there a second one on the pitch? Basil Tuma's there, and the 5'6" winger has just scored another header. He had no right to score that goal. No right whatsoever. Who is this man? Number 14. Ogbeta, you should have done better, mate, because he's 5'6". Well, we're still not out of this game just yet. Hugo needs to come off. He is struggling big time. So we're going to do Kelvin coming on. Do we do some changes in defence? We're going to do Burgess for Simeo or McIntyre. We're going to do Simeo, I think. And then we're also going to do Mbenge for Yeardom. So we've done quite a lot of changes. Still one more to go if we want to do it. But that is quite a few rolls of the dice. Final 20 minutes, and a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. Derby have been playing very well. Their XG is nearly 3 at the moment, and they've only got 2 goals to show for it. So we're doing a good job, or at least Button is doing a good job. Problem is, our XG is nearly 2, and we've only got 1 goal to show for ourselves. Thompson back to Taylor. Put some pressure on. Is that Kelvin, or is it Clark? I'm not quite sure. It's one of the 2 strikers. Anyway, Forsyth with the ball goes for a little wander towards the right-hand side. In the middle is Thompson. Left-hand side finds Ogbeta, who really should have stopped the goal from Basil Tuma. Abdullah back to Yeardom. Can we build some form of attack of our own? No, we can't, because we've just lumped the ball upfield to absolutely nobody. And Martin Waghorn should have made it 3-1. Sorry, they have had 10 shots on target and scored twice. We are struggling. Savage is playing poorly and he's ready for bed. So that is going to be our final change. It's going to be McIntyre coming on, swapping you 2 round. And we've got 5 minutes to try and find an equaliser. I don't think it's going to happen at all. In fact, it's not going to happen. We've got 4 minutes of injury time, no highlights whatsoever to talk about. And Derby County have picked up 3 very valuable points for them. And that's a frustrating performance. We did all right on the face of it. If you ignore their stats, that's a good performance. 12 shots, 5 on target, 1.32 XG, a goal as well. Problem is, Derby were just better than us, had more chances, more shots, and ultimately more goals. However, because that was a midweek game, we do still stay top of the table. Even if Bolton win their match, it's unlikely they're going to overturn that massive difference in goal difference. But if we lose another match or 2, Bolton can quite easily jump over us. Who are they playing next? They're nobody. Nope, they're playing Cambridge, who are rock bottom of the table. So Bolton, probably going to win that. We're going to play this one off camera, and we're going to return for the next match, which is going to be Wickham, who are 9th. So they're still pretty good as well. Right, back for match number 2 then against Wickham Wanderers. We did just beat Carlisle 2-0 in the last match. Kelvin with a brace in this one, which means he's now on 16 goals for the season. He's going to be Button in goal, Yeardom, Holmes, Burgess and Guinness Walker in defence. Offerborough and Savage in midfield with Tuma, Makaru, Ballard and Kelvin leading the lines. You'll see a certain Lewis Graben on the subs bench. You've not seen him for a while, by the way. He's been injured since Christmas. Literally Boxing Day, he got injured and he's missed 3, maybe 4 months worth of football. He's available to play 45 minutes. He will be probably coming off the bench when Ballard or Kelvin are getting a bit tired. In between the matches as well, we did get a news article saying that our chairman is looking to step aside, which, if that happens in real life, would be a very good bit of business and a very good bit of news for Reading and their fans and players and staff. However, it's the 3rd time we've had this piece of news in game and he's still there. So he might move at some point, hopefully by the end of the season. It is Wickham Wanderers with the ball, 13 minutes on the clock. Armitage, ball on the ground to, was that Vokes? It is Vokes, finds Vincent Young on that left-hand side. Can he get cross away? Hits it straight in to Yeardom. Cross comes in still though. Holmes is there, doesn't get on the end of it. Freddie Potts makes it 1-0, his first goal of the season. We're losing to Wickham Wanderers. They're blaming Holmes for that as well. I mean, I don't think it's Holmes' fault. Yes, he did miss the header, but also sometimes you don't win headers. Is this going to be another one of those matches that just nothing happens? We're half an hour in, there's been 3 shots and 1 goal. It is Wickham Wanderers coming forward with the ball. Ballard with a little kick on somebody there. Offerborough finds Kelvin. Ballard's carried on his run. Charlie Savage back to Kelvin. Makairu on the left-hand side. Ballard needs to stay on side. Makairu tries to get some space for himself. Arguably, it was the best decision to do that because Don Ballard was constantly offside in that entire highlight. Problem is, Makairu's now just taken an absolute battering in his rating. He's down to a 6.3 because he should have passed, according to the match engine. 1 minute and 40 seconds of injury time left to play of the first half. Basil Chuma collects it, who's taken a bit of a knock at some point in this first half. Chuma on the right-hand side. Stops and passes back to Yiadom. On the ground to Offerborough. Needs to get some space for himself, really. Going the wrong way, aren't you, mate? Tom Holmes, can you make amends? It's Yiadom. Back to Holmes. Ball forward, please, would be lovely. Holmes again. Now Offerborough. Forward. Wrong way, guys. We have got, a minute and 5 now to play of injury time. Burgess. Down the left towards Makaru. Guinness Walker's there. Makaru's got some space if he wants to pass to him. Does eventually find Makaru. Crosses the ball in. Kelvin's there. And Big Kelvin rises highest. Gets his 17th goal of the season. We equalise in injury time. And that has cheered me up a little bit. And that was actually the last highlight of the first half. So we go in at a 1-1 draw. I don't like what I saw. We're still not playing well. Defensively, we're not doing great. Makaru, Offerborough and Kelvin, the only players really standing up and making a name for themselves. Savage on a 6'8" is arguably getting close. He's now on a 6'9" apparently. The second half has been about as interesting as the first half. We are an hour in and we've seen nothing at all in the second half. We've got a highlight though. Chuma needs to come off. I've just seen his fitness is pretty bad. Speaking of Chuma, cross comes in. Makaru's there. Makaru hits the post and we do not gamble enough to manage to get that ball in the back of the net, and the highlight ends as well. Right, let's do some changes then. Chuma off, Aziz on, Ballard off, Graben on. We're also going to do Burgess off, Simeu on. I think that's all we're going to do. By the way, I keep playing Simeu because he's out of contract at the end of the season. And if he's good, I kind of want to bring him to the club because I feel like he's got some potential. He's relatively young still. Problem is, in Football Manager, he never gets game time, so he never ever fulfills that potential. So I'm thinking, giving him game time is hopefully going to allow that to happen. Whilst I'm talking, very little's gone on. We've got highlight through Aziz on the right-hand side, 2 in the middle. Plays it back to Yiadom in the middle to Offerborough. Across to Charlie Savage. Goes for goal. It's saved by Idem in the Wickham goal. Probably shouldn't have gone for a long-range effort there, mate. It's a corner. Makaru steps up to take it. A draw here is not good. It's really not good. Makaru's corner comes in. Kelvin's at the back post. But Idem comes out, easily claims that one as well. 5 minutes left to play of regular time plus injury time. Nothing's really happening. I'm going to demand more. I mean, I've taken so long to work out where the demand more button is. It was a bit too little too late. It's a 1-1 draw against Wickham. Not a good performance. Not a good performance at all. We are not taking our chances at the moment. So we do still stay top of the table. And I think, oh my word, Bolton drew. Hold on, what's going on here? Bolton drew with Cambridge when we beat Carlisle. Okay, and then Bolton won and we lost. Or drew, sorry. So we've kind of equalised ourselves. We're still 3 points clear. They've still got that game in hand. We are now going to go forward to match number 3 of this episode, which is going to be in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, or the Papa John's Trophy, or the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. I don't know what one it's called nowadays. It's the Johnson's Paint. So we've gone for a bit of rotation with the Johnson's Paint Trophy match. It's going to be Button in goal still. Not a huge amount of rotation. Yiadom, McIntyre, Burgess and Guinness Walker in defence. I do this every now and then. We're going to go for Offerborough and Abdullah in midfield. Makaru and Leai on the wings. Ballard and Graben leading the lines for this one. I say a little bit of rotation. He's literally... We've brought in Leai, haven't we? We've brought in Leai and Graben. This is basically a normal starting 11. And I'm perfectly fine with that, by the way, because I feel like we are good enough to win this trophy. And if you told me that we win a trophy in our first season at Reading, I wouldn't have believed you. Especially as we could possibly win 2 if we win the league as well. I don't know who else is in the other Johnson's Paint Trophy semi-final, but we just need to focus on our job. Leai collects this ball. The Solomon Islander back to Abdullah. It's a bit of a kick clash, or is that just me? Martin intercepts it. Not very good there. And now Brown can go for a little run to Rossiter. Off to the right-hand side. Thomas collects it on the wing. Goes towards goal. Cross comes in. Giovanni Brown's there for his 14th goal of the season. And once again, we've conceded a goal. I do not know what is going on at the moment. I really have no idea. We just seem to give away stupid goals. Just out of nothing. Just giving away a goal. Elsewhere, even though we're not really focusing on the league at the moment in this match, Bolton are beating Oxford United 1-0, which means they will go joint on points because this is their game in hand. Yiadom collects the ball for us 25th minute towards McIntyre. Burgess on the left-hand side. Where are we going? Just pass to him, mate. It's fine. Leai nicks the ball away. Good tackle from the youngster. Burgess's ball forward is not very good once again. I think your day might be done, mate. You've done 2 misplaced passes in one highlight. Leai, down the line, finds Lewis Grabban. Probably shouldn't be playing him either. He's got about 45 minutes in the tank, and that's all we can really use him for. Burgess to Guinness Walker, now Abdullahi on the halfway line. Offerborough to Ballard. We've got a runner through Makairu in the middle, playing on the opposite wing today. His effort is not the best. Goes over the bar. And immediately into a highlight for Bristol Rovers down the other end. I mean, how did we get to this situation? Thomas back to Hall on the ground. Find Woods. Thomas, loads and loads of space. And I'm not quite sure how they haven't scored a goal there. Guinness Walker's given away a penalty. What? He went in too hard on Luke Thomas, apparently. I didn't see what he did. He just stood there by the looks of it. Collins steps up then. Go the right way, David. He doesn't go the right way. Well, he does, but he doesn't get anywhere near the ball. We're 2-0 down against Bristol Rovers. Yiadom with a throw. Seconds after their second goal. Back to Yiadom. Crosses it in on the ground. It's cleared. And this is a counter-attack, isn't it? Brown collects it for Bristol. If this goes 3-0, this is game over. Martin down the left-hand side. Keeps going down the wing. In the middle to Giovanni Brown. Loses out to Yiadom, but Martin's there to nick the ball away. Rossiter to Hall. It's all Bristol Rovers. It is all Bristol Rovers. It takes a little deflection. Javari? It's Javari Brown's effort. It's been kicked wide by Offerborough. It's going to be a corner. Woods is the man to take it as well. On the right-footed number 15. Get this ball clear. Get it down the line. Get a counter-attack going. Here we go. Dommy Ballard. On the right-hand side. Just stops for some reason. Lets somebody get a little bit closer to him. Makairu's first touch is horrendous. And that ends the highlight. I think we might be throwing a water bottle at half-time here. Because we are playing horrific. Martin with the ball for Bristol. Goes straight through the middle. His effort was easily saved. And we are now Woods with a corner for Bristol. Towards the front post. Abdullahi clears it straight to a blue and white shirt though. Gets the ball back. It's taken a wicked deflection. And Giovanni Brown makes it 3-0 to Bristol Rovers after 37 minutes. I do not know what is going on with this performance. Like, this is horrendous. Berate the entire team. We've had one shot, apparently, at some point. We haven't seen it, but we had a shot. It's... What is going on? So I think it's time to throw the water bottle. However, my assistant, Andrew Sparks, I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say there. That's... Andrew, should have listened to you. Sorry, buddy. Your defensive performance has been unacceptable. Not happy with that. I'm not happy with your finishing. I've turned it around. Don't worry, we're fine. Bristol are taking the piss. They've just taken off Brown after he scored twice and gone, he's done his job. We don't need to do any more. We've won this game. It's 3-0. It is Kramer with the ball to Woods. Offerborough intercepts it. Yiadom needs to get there first, keeping it in play as well. Good. Offerborough. Here we go. Ball upfield to Don Ballard. Need some runners. Going the wrong way, guys. Oh my word, what is happening? Guinness Walker back to Button. We need an early goal. Like, this is not a case of, it'll be nice to get an early goal. We need an early goal because we need to score 3 in 45 minutes. Yiadom to Ballard. Offerborough in the middle. Goes forward, finds Ballard again. Makairu's on the right-hand side with some space. Offerborough's going to keep going with the ball, though. He's lost out. He's just lost out. He's our best player on the pitch as well, and he's just lost the ball, just out of absolutely nothing. Thomas on the right-hand side for Bristol Rovers. On the ground to Rossiter. Edge of the area. Finds Collins. It's 4-0. I don't know what we do here. I genuinely have no idea, because this isn't tactical. We've played the same tactic for the entire season. This is just players who've gone, can't be bothered, can we? We're 4-0 down. David Button's on a 6.0, so he's just decided to not save anything. Yiadom's on a 6.2, so he's decided to not do anything either. Burgess is playing poorly. Guinness Walker is playing poorly. Makairu's playing poorly. Leai's playing poorly. Grabban's playing poorly. Makairu's gone for goal. It's gone over the bar. Right, 5 subs then, I guess. Starting with David Button. Joel Pereira is going to be coming on. Leai's coming off for Aziz. Makairu's coming off for Basil. We're going to do Grabban coming off for Kelvin. And we've got one more to do, so it's going to be Burgess. It's not Burgess, it's going to be Yiadom for Benge. So, 5 subs. There's plenty of time. Go out there and do a thing. There's not plenty of time, guys. We've got 40 minutes to score 4 goals, maybe 5. Just before the hour mark, so the subs have come on, but they've been on the pitch for literally seconds at this point. Woods has the ball for Bristol Rovers. Gordon goes for a little run, gets some space for himself as well. Woods with some space, finds Hall. He's a right back if he scores. It's ridiculous. It's 5-0. This is the worst performance I've ever seen in Football Manager. I'm not even joking. This is the worst performance I've ever seen. we've done so well to get to this point in the cup as well. I know it's the Johnson's Paint Trophy and nobody really cares about it, but people do care about it. Teams like Reading don't get the chance to win anything, so this is a trophy that they can win. And we've just put in this performance. Arguably, it's not a performance, is it? Well, that was absolutely horrendous. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to walk away. Just going to click continue. Because what do you even say at that point? We lose 5-0. We were 3-0 down at half time. Luckily, we're still top of the table because Bolton didn't score 63 goals. But that, when you look at how well we've done all season, and then the 3 matches in this episode, what's happened? What has gone on in those 3 matches? Now, even though it was a cup game, we can't find David Button, can we? But we can kind of warn him. Last game, horrendous. Your passing, your goalkeeping, it's just not good, mate. You ended on 6.0. Well, I've just had a conversation with Andy Eardom, and it is kind of not gone well. I criticised him, he's gone, I don't think you're right, mate. You got 6-1, you got 6.1 mush. I don't know what you're on about. I feel like this one might be a bit harsh, because he doesn't play a huge amount. You were poor. Your passing was bad. Fair enough. Okay, sure. Well, we're out of the cups then. We've got, 8 league games left to play. We're going to have one more episode in this season, which is going to include the Bolton game, and it is probably going to include 2 more matches of those ones. So we're going to play Cambridge off camera, Bristol Rovers off camera. We'll beat them 5-0, I reckon, when we play them off camera, and then Northampton as well. 3 matches that we should win, realistically. That one I'm not convinced about anymore. And then, we'll be back for the Bolton game, first versus second. That could be a title decider by the time we get to it.